Hey guys, welcome back to my video. So today's video is going to be an update 2-week post-op breast augmentation and lift. Now, if you are new to this and you haven't seen my first video, that was more of a vlog style. It was me kind of talking about my feelings getting ready the night before surgery, and then it was the day after surgery. I think up until like 3 or 4 days post-surgery, just kind of how I was feeling, really raw, really real, because when I was looking at videos leading up to my surgery, I feel like a lot was edited, and I didn't see a lot of footage of girls like truly being like, it's been in 45 minutes after surgery, this is what happened. I feel like a lot of videos, everyone seemed totally fine, and that was not my experience. I'm gonna be completely honest, and in this video, what I'm basically gonna talk about is how many cc's I got, the reason I got it, the type of operation that they did with the lift, because before I got my surgery done, they weren't sure if they were going to do the lift, and basically how I've been feeling up until this point. So if you're thinking about getting a breast augmentation, or you're on that journey, you're getting ready to have your surgery, or if you're kind of 2 weeks post-op like I am and you're not sure, you know, am I supposed to be feeling this way? Because that's basically what I've been doing, is I've been looking up videos like, does this supposed to feel like that? Does that feel right? That tingle, is that normal? Because I feel like I bombard the doctor. I just like to see if other people are kind of like feeling what I'm feeling. Today is Sunday. Tuesday, it'll be 14 days post-op. So I'm basically 2 weeks. I'm still feeling really tired. Some videos I saw of girls said they felt tired still. Some girls were like cool after 3 days. Not me. I still get out of breath really easily. My rib cage, like right underneath my ribs, still feel like I got into a car accident. I'm still really sore. I feel like mentally, I want to be able to do things. I want to be able to like vacuum or clean or pick something up, and I'll go to pick something up and I'll be like, oh, it almost kind of takes your breath away. I think that's because I got the lift as well. From what I've been seeing vlogs wise, people who just get a breast augmentation recover way faster, whereas breast lifts as well, it takes longer. So you're not supposed to get your heart rate up because they want less blood flow so that your incisions heal nicely. So keeping my blood pressure down has been pretty easy. But when you're running around after 2 kids, once my kids came home from Nana's house, it definitely was a little bit harder to keep my blood pressure down, because I want to play with them. I take them to school. I can't lift my almost 3-year-old, and I feel guilty about that because ever since the day she was born, I have rocked her. And I sing her Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, so she's really sad about that. So I sit down next to her bed and she kind of climbs on me, and I kind of rock her like that. But I mean, she's getting heavier, and just doing that, I can tell just your heart starts pumping a little bit more. So that you're not supposed to take ibuprofen because they want you to bleed less, and that's a blood thinner. Tylenol does nothing for me. It never has. Ibuprofen has always been my go-to. It will take pain away instantly. There's been times where I felt so bad that I ended up taking the ibuprofen, even though I probably wasn't supposed to. I healed really nicely, so you can see here, this is how I'm healing. They're both pretty even. They're way softer. This one is the one that hurts a lot. This one doesn't. Like, this one feels fine. I have nipple sensation. I can feel everything. This one, again, like the nipple, I'll get shooting pains in it through the nipple. I talked in the first video, inside pain right here. It's not where the incision's at. It's like inside, and it's basically your nerve endings coming together, waking up. But I've still had that pain ever since I've had surgery, but it has gone down a lot. But there's times if I kind of just move the right way, or like if one of my daughters kind of bumps me in that area, I'll get really sore. The other day, I was just kind of doing more than I probably should have been doing. I was running around, and honestly, like, sometimes you get caught up and forget. The next day I was so sore. Something that helped me though when I would get really sore is taking the ACE bandage that they give you like the first day and wrapping it around you nice and tightly, like where you're just like and sucked in and everything, and just that compression really helps alleviate the pain for me. That's something you could definitely try. I think if you're still feeling really sore, or say you kind of like bumped or moved the wrong way. I know something that also hurts too is I forget all the time that I'm not really supposed to bend down and lean over, and just being a mom, you know, I do it all the time, and then I'll be like, oh, and it's not this one. This one's fine. I can bend over. It won't even hurt. But now this one, if I bend over like too suddenly and forget, I'll feel that shooting pains like right in here. It was so sensitive to the touch like last week. But now it's not, I can touch the skin on the outside. I can just feel it more on the inside. Again, like if I sleep weird, wrong on it. I was sleeping in the recliner basically up until last night, so which was like day 10 or something. Stitches are still there. The one bled a little bit, but it didn't bleed through the stitch. They said it would be fine. And then I did start sleeping in the bed again, like I said, last night, and I slept with the compression band around me, and I got too hot in the middle of the night and I ended up taking it off. But it was the first night that I was able to sleep on my side. I slept on this side because I have no pain here, and I woke up and I felt the best that I've felt. Today is like the best I've felt probably since surgery. So I would definitely say, I kept getting nervous about day 5, day 6, like, am I supposed to feel this way? Am I supposed to still feel sore? I was getting like really scared, I guess, because so many people had told me, oh, I feel fine by day 3, day 4, and I just didn't. I felt so run down and like just tired. So if you're feeling like that, I feel like it will definitely go away eventually. It's weird. It's like you wake up one day and you're just feeling much, much better. I feel like this one is starting to feel like it's my own. It's a part of my body, because for a little bit, like just driving down the street, you'll hit like a bump and you can feel like the silicone hit up against your muscle, and your muscles are still sore, and that's like a really strange feeling. It's like outer body, because you're not used to having something that's not in your body. I still feel that a little bit with this one, but not with this one at all. Like this one feels really good. Here's what they look like. I ended up going with 450 cc's silicone. Here's from that side, here's from that side. I actually picked this up. Here's where I got a little bit of the blood on it, but I couldn't wear the surgery bra anymore because it was sitting right on my incisions, which are right here, because I had to get half of a lift, and it hurt so bad. They were rubbing and making my skin really red and really raw. So I picked up this from Gabe's, and it was like a pack of 2 for like $12 or something, $10. But it's that brand Dan Skin. It's really thin, but it's kind of compressing, and then it has adjustable straps. But I like it because it's thick, so it goes over the scar and down a little bit, so that way it doesn't just completely rub. So if you're having that problem, I definitely recommend looking into buying one of these. I feel like it's super comfortable, and it doesn't have the underwire, which you're not supposed to have. I wanted to go with a full-size D cup, and I know people are like, that sounds so big, but for my body, before I had kids, I had really full boobs. It's just the way my body was. I was petite, but I was still like curvier. I had a lot of volume. Basically what my problem was with each one of my babies, I would get really huge boobs, and then they would go like to A cups, and then they would go to C cups, and back to B cups, and then back to double D's, and then they would kind of get to D's, so flat here, like no volume, and then just like all the volume at the bottom. And then by my third baby, from doing that so much, it just became like a lot of loose skin. Like I could pull up skin here, and it would just be like doot doot doot. It was just a lot of loose skin and all my volume at the bottom. So the problem was they weren't sure about the lift because my nipples were still kind of straight. But to make that skin tighter, they would have to cut some skin out to tighten it back up. So I had like just so much loose skin down here. So I have an incision from my nipple down, nothing around my nipple, and then incisions underneath. That way they could take skin out and really pull them tighter. And I'm really, really happy with that. So it ended up being a lift. He said he was going to decide that day. I was originally going to do 400s to 425, but he said when he lifted me up on the table, that the 400, 425s just weren't going to be what I wanted. They would be too small, and he would probably have to take away more skin because my boobs were already so big that the 400s like kind of still looked droopy. So we went with the 450s, and I'm really happy with it. My skin doesn't feel like super stretched out and super tight. Like, I feel like that's why I healed so well, because I already had enough room there to begin with. And also doing the lift, like a lot of this went away, which I'm so happy with. I feel like I just had so much hangy breast tissue and stuff that wasn't supposed to be there. These will still drop a little bit, but they were like rocks basically. It looked like when your milk ducts get clogged when you're pregnant, and they don't look like that anymore. They're getting squishier, and they're not as heavy as I thought they would be, which is really wonderful. My incisions at this point are getting itchy, and I think that's because they're healing. They're almost getting done healed. I don't know what's going to happen at the 2-week post-op. I'm hoping like they take the incision things out. I know they're dissolvable stitches, so I can see where some of them were and they already went away. So I can't wait to see what my scarring is going to look like. So for the day of the surgery, if you're not sure what to bring with you, because they say just to bring your license, I brought like a little backpack. I would definitely bring one of those travel pillows that like you bring on an airplane with you, because when you come out of surgery, you're so out of it, and like just holding your neck up, you're like really kind of dizzy and like what? It's just more comfortable that way to sit, especially because you have to sit up for a while. It makes it way more comfortable to sit on the couch because you're going to do a lot of sitting, and your body just starts to get really achy. And that's just something I felt helped me. Like, it helped me just kind of situate myself. I brought that in a little backpack. Bring chapstick. Your lips get so dry from the anesthesia, and like being like that, so you wake up and you're just like and you just want to drink a lot of water. I would bring chapstick and cough drops. If you look at my last vlog, in the whole vlog, I'm like clearing my throat. Like, I felt like I just had so much dryness in there. I would definitely bring cough drops with you for after the surgery if you're able, you know, to take them and you're feeling really just phlegmy and mucousy and gross and dry. Amazing. And just make sure you have in the house some hot tea and honey, because again, I feel like my throat stayed really dry for like 3-4 days, to where I was just clearing it and yucky. So I would do like tea and honey, and it really made such a big difference. It made me feel a lot better. And it also feels good too, like the warmth with your lungs and your ribs being sore. When I would drink it, like the warmth felt really good going down. So that was just something I noticed. And thank God I always have tea in the house. So if you don't, I would just have it just in case, you know. I felt like it was really relieving. Well, everyone heals way differently. Try not to have anything important planned for like 2-3 weeks afterwards, because like I said, everyone heals really differently. I was expecting to be up on my feet like really soon, way sooner than I was. I feel like this healing was way harder than my C-sections, which is crazy because you're cut and like a baby's taken out of your stomach. So I just thought this was just going to be like a walk in the park, and this is definitely harder than any C-section I ever had. So just give yourself time. I hope this helps you guys. If you guys have any questions, oh, I went with silicone too, by the way. I know somebody asked me that in my last video. I just like the way they felt personally. Reading about it, my opinion, I just felt like they felt a little bit safer, and I like the fact that they have less of a chance of that rippling effect. I don't have much of a space right in between, like near the rib cage, and I know everyone's different, but the reason I think that I don't have it, and my doctor said this, is because naturally, like, that's how my anatomy is of my breast. That's just where they originally sit, like the pockets of the breast. I know everyone's a little bit different. That was definitely my biggest concern. I was pretty much terrified that I was going to wake up out of surgery and my boobs were gonna have like a football field gap right here, just down where you could see my rib cage. But if I look at pictures of when I was pregnant and before I was pregnant, when I had big boobs and stuff, I never had that space, so I'm really happy that I don't. I feel like he gave me exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy with him. He was really nice. If you're in the Philadelphia area, I'm gonna leave his stuff below. I took over a year looking for different doctors and talking to different doctors and different people of where they went to. I'll link him below, and that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys liked this video, and I'll see you soon.